Hello everyone and welcome to another video, and today, taking inspiration from amazing Phil as well as Jenna Marbles, I'm going to be talking about some weird things that I believed when I was a kid, and I could only think of 9 of them. So here's 9. When I was in preschool, it was like a well-known thing that it's rude to chew with your mouth open unless you're eating sweets like candy. So if somebody tried to scold you for eating with your mouth open, you'd be like, girl, please, I'm eating a sweet. Like, duh. Segue. Number 2, when I was younger, somebody convinced me that the word duh means frog. I don't know where they came up with that or why on earth I believed it, but I guess I was a gullible child. The third thing, and this actually comes from one of my relatives, and I won't say who they are because I think that's a bit rude, but I once saw them picking their nose and they were doing it with their pinky finger. So I asked them, is it okay to pick your nose with your pinky finger? And they said yes. So from then on I was like, okay, so it's bad to pick your nose unless you do it with your pinky finger. Speaking about fingers, I once watched a movie in which one of the characters pulled the middle finger. And I asked my parents what it meant, and they weren't obviously going to tell me what it means. So they told me it means, I don't care about you very much. So from then on, and I thought that was like the biggest deal. So from then on, whenever somebody did it, I was like, do you know what that means? It means I don't care about you very much. One time when I was younger, my brother told me that when your temperature reaches 41 degrees, like if you're sick or something, then you die. So one day I had a fever and I said to my mom, I'm scared. And she was like, why are you scared? And I said, I heard when your temperature reaches 41 degrees you die, and I didn't want to die, so I was really afraid. But that's not true, is it? I mean, it's not good to have a temperature of 41 degrees, but swoosh. At some point in my childhood, I had this dream that I was in this like big hall with like a stage and a long carpet down to the door on the other side, and I think it was like back in the Bible days, and my mom was fighting in a war between, I guess it was the Israelites and the Philistines, if I remember the dream correctly, and I was waiting for her to come back from battle. And she came back and she kind of like limped up the carpet, and I ran to go greet her and I gave her a big hug. And I was sitting with 2 friends on the stage, and one of them just called after me, and she goes, like in this creepy voice, I wouldn't do that if I were you. So when I got to my mom, I gave her a hug, but she didn't respond to the hug at all. And then she looked at me with this creepy, like, you know, little look. And she had cuts all the way around her mouth. And then she just like opened her mouth, and the cuts like all opened, so it turned into this like big huge star mouth. And then she like engulfed my head and ate me. And then after that, I don't know if I really believed it or if I just kind of wanted to believe it, but I really thought my mom was a zombie. And like every time I couldn't see her head, she had like turned into her zombie self, and she was just like secretly living a zombie lie. It was pretty scarring. So when we were little, my brother and I had these friends, and we would often go to their house after school, and it was an older boy, and he had a friend as well who often came over, and they got up to all kinds of mischief together. So one day they took me out to the garden, and they had this big cactus in their garden, and they told me that if I sat on the cactus, I would be transported to a magical butterfly world. Now today, I'm not sure why I even would want to get transported to a magical butterfly world, because that sounds terrifying. But I also don't know why I thought a cactus would do it, and I promise you I almost sat on the cactus. Like I was seriously considering sitting on the cactus so that I could go to Butterfly Land. But luckily I did, and they never actually told me that they were lying, so I don't know, I could have gone home and sat on a cactus at home and just been very confused as to why I was just in pain and not surrounded by butterflies. When I used to watch TV when I was a kid, I don't know why, but I thought that there was more to the picture than just what we were seeing. I thought that if you like moved to the left or the right, you could like see into the sides of the picture. So I always used to like try to like see around the corners of the TV to see like the rest of the picture. Does it look like I'm not wearing a shirt? I am. I also used to believe that there were little men under the traffic lights that like changed the colors of the traffic lights. That was the only way logically that traffic lights could work in my brain. That's just the only way. I mean, how else would traffic lights work without little men underneath them? Does anywhere else call traffic lights robots? Because we call them robots here. What do you guys think I'd look like with short hair? Do you think I'd look bad with short hair? Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up, and if you like me and want to see more from my channel, then you can click the subscribe button down below, and I make new videos every single week. Tell me in the comments below what weird things you thought as a kid, or if you share any of these weird thoughts. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I love you. Bye.